Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Before kickoff, Charles, quickly your keys to the game.
Well, partner, I could give you the standard ones, turnovers, special teams play. But here's one that doesn't get talked about much anymore, and that's time of possession. Whoever controls the football, gives their defense a break, and takes care of business, that's the team that's going to win this ball game.
The veteran kicker, Robbie Gould, set to get us started. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Play clock down to 3, and we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Here we go. Watch
the slant. Watch the slant. Hey, switch gears. Switch gears.
Hey. 5-8. Over. 5-5. Ready for set.
Throwing on first down is Breeze. And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. Aaron Donald in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17.
36. Here we go. 21.
I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school.
11. Ready for set.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. Brings it up just shy of the 25. Showed some of that quickness there on the move. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Easy, kill. Here we go. 21.
Now Breeze on third down. He's going to fire one. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. And give them a gain of 37. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for first and 10.
Mike 20.
Over. 5-1.
All day, every day.
Good. 5-4. Ready.
On first down, Breeze.
Tighten up.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Khalil Mack coming hard that time. He's able to run him down for a loss of 12. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Breeze going to throw. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it's going to be third down and forever.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver.
Hey, easy. 11.
Hey, Mike 20.
5-1. 5-4. Ready for set.
Shotgun now for Breeze. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. Look at the spin.
Balance.
And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
That's a big league run. Takes him down inside the 5-yard line, and momentum definitely on the side of the guys on offense. And if you're an offensive lineman, you love to run the football, especially out in the field where there's some space. But I'll let you in on a little bit of a secret. Those guys like it in tight, too, because they get matched up and they get to show just how stout they are in a tough situation. They're recommending to run it again.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Todd Gurley standing by his lonesome in the backfield here, 2nd and goal. They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal.
Back over. Orange. Right 20.
Here's Michael Vick. Buying time to his left. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Tyreek Hill from 6 yards away. And the Rams are going to take a first-quarter lead. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball out of the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
And here now the offense heading back out there. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there. It totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
Shit. Hey, kill. Over. Pull down. Watch twist.
Breeze to throw on 2nd down. He's going to let this one go deep. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Snatched by the safety, Ed Reed. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. Back live now to begin the 2nd quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Rams with a football to get us going. They take over 1st and 10 following the interception. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Let's go.
On 1st down, it's Gurley. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Vick on 2nd down. He's going to wind up and air it out. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, You'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
Quick, quick.
So third down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Here's Vic. He gets it to Gurley, complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
And how about that throw? We saw a combination of elite arm strength and obviously the ability to move the sticks with that completion. But it's the way that he throws the ball. So compact. Yet the ball comes off of his hand and it just whistles to the receiver.
He'll get it up the middle. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
White 20. White 90. Alpha, alpha. White 20.
Now a second down throw for Vic. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Julio Jones from 6 yards away. And the Rams add on to their lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And it's now 14-0. Gold now out to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points. Get that 0 off the board.
Here we go.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here. 2nd and 3.
Quit talking about it. Here we go. 21, 21. 95, 56.
Now Breeze throwing on 2nd down. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the... This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown. Jerry Rice, 68 yards. And his guys get the quick strike touchdown. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
3 down, 3 down. White 20. White 90. White 20.
First down, Vic. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And he's able to get up here to the 26. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Double, double, double. White 20.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
So on the heels of the run by Todd Gurley, another 1st and 10.
White 90. Play, we got, let's go. White 20.
Vic operating on 1st down. Steps away to his left. The left side completion to Jones. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Eagle. White 90. White 90. I'm trying to collect.
Vick will look to throw on 1st down. Just keeping the play alive. Oh, and now he bowls him over. So a good spin move there before he's taken down. A nice little gain. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half.
Lion. 300. Base 52.
On the handoff, Gurley. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Hey, let's go.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Hey, check Mike 33. Check Mike 33.
A 1st down throw coming for Vick. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at 2nd down.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively.
White 20.
On 2nd down, Vick again. He's going to let it go deep for the... And oh, it'll be intercepted. Deion Sanders, the Hall of Famer, with a pick.
And an interception in the end zone for Deion Sanders. That takes me back to, I believe, his last game at Florida State, a Sugar Bowl game against Auburn. The last play of the game, he switched assignments to make sure he was on the top receiver for Auburn and picked off the pass to end the game in the end zone in the Sugar Bowl. Deion Sanders.
So much knowledge in that mind. What a great career Deion Sanders had. 8-time Pro Bowler. Jerry Rice, open right side. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this 1st half of action. Breeze now on 1st down. That'll be caught by Rice. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This from 54 yards away. And Myers able to knock it through. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So they're still down, but they are able to salvage 3 here heading into the lockers.
This is what you work on from the beginning of training camp. Heading into the half, put some points on the board. No matter what the score says at that point, you've accomplished what you set out to do.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. Time for a break. We've hit half. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the 1st half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the 1st half.
Let's see if they do just that. The third quarter starts with a run by Gurley. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Second down, Vic. Throw left side, complete to Moss. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
White 20. White 20.
On 1st and 10, here's Vic. He's going to air one out. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
On third down, Vic. That'll be caught over the middle by Moss. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Eagle 44. Let's go. 190. Check back 21. Alpha. Let's go.
Throwing, Vic. Flush to his right. Room to run inside the 40. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
I think the last two plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those two that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Vic readies to throw. Looking for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by 9-time Pro Bowler Ed Reed. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days. And that run there does nothing but juice up the guys who are moving the football. I mean, if you're an offensive lineman, people running it, actually the guy calling plays, you're almost jumping up and down in jubilation, aren't you?
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Snatched by the safety, Ed Reed. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Mike 21. Check Mike 21. Check Mike 21.
Time to establish the run game here. Gurley. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last two drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for second down. To throw, Vic. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. A big play, Vic Moss. 42 yards. Well, it's one thing to grab it with one hand, but when you make a catch of that distance, quite another.
Yes, sir. I mean, that one right there, we keep talking about the high-flying antics that we're seeing from receivers nowadays. Doesn't matter what spot they start in. But when it actually does happen in the heat of battle, brings me right out of my seat.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The All-Pro Von Miller there on the tackle.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now here's Vic. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Myles Garrett in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
The Rams on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
Base 52.
Now a handoff for Gurley. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Call it a gain of 13 yards on the play. It's the Rams out in front here. They've got control of the football as well as we get set for the 4th quarter. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This a 43-yard attempt. And Gold is able to put it through. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Flushed out right. He's going to and that's caught inside the 35. And great yardage here all the way deep into Los Angeles territory. And a huge play that time. 55 yards.
0-2, 0-2. 5-4. 95, 56.
Into the red zone, it's Breeze. Throw complete there to Jerry Rice. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
There goes Jerry Rice again, racking up catches in bunches. His 1,549 catches, a whopping 224 more than the next closest guy, the great Tony Gonzalez, a terrific tight end.
And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Lion. 300.
So here's Vic following the interception. Dancing to his left. And going deep for Hill. And got his man complete. And give him a gain of 37. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right. But the problem for them is still within a possession. So they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down.
Three down. Motion.
From the shotgun, it's Vic. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Khalil Mack. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. Coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Let's go. 190.
Check back 21.
Alpha.
Good track.
Orange.
I got him.
Right to his head.
Now Michael Vick being chased out left. Now he's going to let it go deep left. And this is caught inside the 5. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Randy Moss, 46 yards. And the Rams add on to their lead. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. Gold with the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Gold now out to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you from our broadcast perch. And, Charles, as we get this thing started, what are you going to be keeping your eye on?
Special teams. Field position is always a big determiner in a ball game. Who sets their offense up for success the best, that team will win the game.
Josh Lambo now ready to put this one in the air. And here we go. We're underway in Madden Ultimate Team.
You got. By 4.
On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. On 2nd down, here's Breeze. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Ryan Shazier coming hard from that linebacker spot. He drops him for a loss of 11. I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long.
4 down. Under.
From the gun, it's Breeze. Man open left side is Brown. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for Ford. Here we go with Williams. Oh, able to avoid him. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
What kind of game are we going to have in store for us? I understand the call here if it's the final 2 minutes and you're losing. But this is the opening drive of the game. That is too big a chance for my blood. But give them credit. They got it to pay off.
And with a play clock at 3, we'll get a signal and a timeout on the whistle. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Breeze now on 1st down. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. A good pickup there of 22.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage after it.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact and go deep.
Here's Breeze to throw. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Breeze to throw on 2nd down. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, Deion Sanders, the former Falcon, with it. And he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
White 90. White 20. 33. Eagle, eagle.
Watch the run.
And it's going to block you now. Lake. And it's going to block you now. White 20.
First down, Vic. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. He's got a man complete. The 20, 10, touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, 72 yards. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead.
That appeared like any routine NFL quarterback, but it was Michael Vick from the pocket, throws a touchdown pass. And I just think about the transformation throughout his career. From Atlanta, where he would take off and go at just about the drop of a hat and turn defenses into mush. And then by the end of his career in Philadelphia, where he completed pass like we just saw from the pocket, yet still had those great legs, when necessary, to help get him out of trouble.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Hey, Mike's 50. Mike's 50. Here we go, D. All day. Defense all day. All day.
Try to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You had horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Michael Vick with 2 first-quarter touchdown passes. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. It took them a while to get their speedster involved, but they found him downfield there.
And what we've discovered as we've watched games is the speedster doesn't have to have a lot of catches, doesn't have to have volume in order to have a huge impact on the game. His speed scares the heck out of defenses, and other guys can capitalize, but when you finally hit him and he carries it all the way into the end zone, that's what you're paying him for. That big threat that can make big plays on a limited number of catches.
That's how you step on the stage with your first catch. Take it to the house. And here now come the Falcons. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Alert 3. 11.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Over the middle here to Brown. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. That throw good for 4. It's second down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
On third down, here's Williams. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
Easy.
One advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Moss. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. On first down, Breeze. Throw right side, going to be complete to Moss. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able...
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Kill! 13. 11. 5-8. Waiting for check.
Breeze now on 1st down. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 27 yards. And the Falcons draw a bit closer. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. And out now come the Vikings. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that first quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times it's just in a simple adjustment in your game plan, finding a spot that maybe was a little weaker than maybe you thought, and going to that. So many different things, so many different ways, but right now, you got to like what they're doing. They have put distance between themselves and their opponent.
Looking to add on here in the second quarter. Vic to throw it, and he checks this one down to Williams. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll make it a second down.
Eagle.
From the gun, Vic. And Hill with it over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
White 90. Hey, let's go black you now.
Vic operating on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
Pass the twat, and he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Vikings. Michael Vick, his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Lambeau to add on the extra point. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And it's now 21-7. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Check 4. Yo, Mike 50.
Throwing on first down is Breeze. Over the middle, he's got Tim Brown. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice game. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, You enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had to read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
It's a gain of 5, and it'll make it second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Over. Come on, D.
Breeze to throw again. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up.
Again, it's Breeze. Hard throw, incomplete. A minute 58 to go in this first half of play. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout.
Easy. Single, single.
36, 36.
12, 12, 12. 11, 11, 11, 11. Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
Good, 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 good.
5-4, ready. 12, 12. Right side.
So here we go on 4th down with Breeze. Man open, Rice. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th.
Blitz. 12, 12.
Again, they'll throw with Breeze. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, second down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
Good, 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 good. 5-4, ready.
From midfield, here's Breeze. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. Again, the offense will stay out there. They've converted once on this drive. What can they do here on 4th down?
Single. Over. 5-8. Under crunch, under crunch, under crunch. Got it.
They do go for it. It's Breeze. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this Up in the booth with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and kickoff straight ahead, CD. What's one thing that you're going to have your eye on?
I think about what the great coaches of the past always said. The key to any ball game. Can you rush theirs and protect yours? Well, in this case, both of these teams get after the quarterbacks. I'm watching the pass rush.
Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And we are underway from Santa Clara. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Shifts by him. And now running right through him. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. First carry for the Hall of Famer, Barry Sanders. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And there's the first carry of the game from Barry Sanders. His burst, his bounce, absolutely iconic. That guy moves in directions most people aren't able to do.
Career rushing yards are crazy, over 15,000, and the only player with 5 1,500-yard seasons. Just incredible. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun!
Now a first down throw for Young. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it and run time, and he picks up a first down.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Brandon, they didn't get everything they wanted out of that play, but the tight end did. And I don't mean it in a positive way. Great job of him holding on after absorbing that big hit.
It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Orange. Alpha.
Vic on second down. Complete to the tight end Kittle over the middle of the field. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. On 3rd down, Vic. Throw right side is hauled in by the tight end Gonzalez. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. Vic to throw on 4th down. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th.
Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike 5-5.
Alpha, alpha. Alpha, alpha.
Mike.
Lake.
55, Mike.
Alpha, alpha.
From the red zone now, Vic. Eluding the pressure right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck rule that they can fall back on anymore.
Wait 20.
55's Mike, guys, 55.
Here's Vic off the play fake for Sanders. Oh, he cannot get away. Down goes Vic. Deion Jones.
Nice 24.
Coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7.
Lion. 300.
3rd and long for Vic. And this is going to be incomplete.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
The career leader in field goals made knocks that one through. And the 49ers take a 3-0 lead.
An automatic Morton Anderson does it again. Knocks another one through the post. I have to be careful because it's almost boring, just how accurate he is. So he knocks another one through.
All-time NFL leading scorer. He's known as the Great Dane because he's from Copenhagen. And I think, Charles, he actually leads 2 different franchises in scoring, does he not?
Well, at one time he did. New Orleans Saints, 13 seasons there, still the all-time leading scorer with them. And the Atlanta Falcons, he held that record, but Matt Bryant has since passed it.
And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. And with the play clock reading 4, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Here we
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Championships, baby. Tighten up.
Good. 5-4, ready.
Slam.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. He'll get 3 of those penalty yards back here, leaving him with a 2nd and 12.
Here we go. 31's the mic. 95-56. 5-8.
On second down, here's Breeze. Over the middle, that's caught by Rice. Give him 30 yards there.
A nice catch there by Jerry Rice. And when you look at the yardage he compiled in his NFL career, it seems staggering at 22,985 yards. But let's put a little context with it.
Yeah, we ran the numbers earlier. Larry Fitzgerald, who was contemplating retirement this past offseason, would need 7 more 1,000-yard seasons to break Jerry Rice's record.
That's context.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13.
31's the mic. Pull down. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Hey, easy.
Big edge, big edge, big edge.
36.
Throwing now is Breeze. He's going to loft one. It's caught inside the 25. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
11.
On first down, Breeze going for it all. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back.
5-8.
Breeze will try again on second down. That's out to Hill, right side complete. He takes this to the 15. A flashy juke. That got him a couple extra yards. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Okie. Yeah, baby. Good. 5-4, ready. Check 99.
Breeze looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Forced out to his left. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And Myers able to knock it through. And that will tie us at 3-3. So matching field goals on our opening 2 drives.
Yeah, it feels like 2 boxers feeling each other out here in the early going of the game, right? Exchanging some jabs, but none of the heavy stuff just yet.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. So a minute 56 to play in this first half. Back with more after this. Breeze now on first down. Flush to his right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had... And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Javon Curse in there to get him for a loss of 5. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Hey, keep it up. 5-8. 21.
On 3rd and long, it's Breeze. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Now, bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
The 49ers offense making its way back out there. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want a drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants a drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
On 1st and 10, here's Vick to Barkley on the check down. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite.
Tries for Rice, intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Ready. We're waiting. Come on, get set, get set. Under. Go down. Wait, set.
So after the INT, it's Breeze. Jerry Rice, open right side. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10.
31's the mic. I got wide. Shift. Hey, kill. 31's the mic. Record. 11. Over.
Snap comes at 1. And now Breeze.
Check 3.
And the Niners get there and bring him down. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. On 4th down on is Dustin Colquitt to kick this away. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
The clock showing just 16 seconds till the half as they line up 1st and 10.
Gun!
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Check. Gun! Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. On the move to his left. And he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
Now this offense ready to head back out there. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. So here they come, the road team now getting the football first to start this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Give them a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Bruce Smith able to get in there and take him down for a loss of 3.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Good, 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 good. 5-4, ready. 31's the mic.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. Flushed out right. Man open, it's Moss complete. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
4 down. 12, 12, 12.
Throwing on 1st down is Breeze. But now he's swallowed up and taken down. Cam Chancellor in there to get him for a loss of 5.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Breeze to throw on 2nd down. Buying time to his left. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
Exit, exit. 95-56, 95-56. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up.
From the gun on 3rd down, Breeze. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Bruce Smith in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Now Sanders. Now a hit and a loose football.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Gun, gun.
Now a first down throw for Young. He's going to air one out. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off at the 21. And some room to maneuver. There he goes right side. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. First and goal.
12.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
0-2. Rush. Ready, let's check.
From the gun, it's Breeze. Escaping the pressure right. And he will not get away. He's sacked back around the 3-yard line.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Good set. Under. 11. 12. 5. Ready, let's check.
Now Breeze throwing on second down. Steps away to his left. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill that time. And it's 3rd and short.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage. Especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight. You just don't want to force it in there because it's going to be tipped up and picked off.
Breeze now. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So 3 field goals that he's hit. Now this last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said does. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. The All-Pro in 2 positions. Khalil Mack there to make the stop.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision, straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play. They'll try to throw it here. Vick. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the 4th and final quarter.
Gun! Detroit! 56. Lucky 56.
Here's Steve Young. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the former 49er, Deion Sanders.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
36, 36. 5-5. 5-8, 5-8. 5-8. Monday. 53.
Breeze now on first down. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by 9-time Pro Bowler Ed Reed. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game in the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he cannot get away, and Young will go down. Lawrence Taylor in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now a second down throw for Young. And an alley to run. Now Young loses the football. It's stripped. And this is going to go the other way. The defense has it. He had gained really good yardage, but that's what you tell your quarterbacks, right? Get down after you've got the run.
You don't have to prove your toughness. You know, I think that's what a lot of coaches are trying to preach to their guys. Get the yardage, get down, protect the football, and protect yourself from extra hits as well.
As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And this offense on third down today, they've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. Here it's 3rd and 2.
95, 56. 21, 21, 21.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. He's going, and look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Brian Dawkins, the safety, with a pick. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the fourth quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
Here we go now.
Now they toss out wide to Sanders, and he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, second down. And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they?
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all game long against the run. We just saw another example of it there.
Gone! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Here's Steve Young on second down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Rice. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Hey. We got 3. 3 down. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
33.
Young looks to throw on first down. He'll get this one off to Sanders. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll make this a second down. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this.
Tight left. Alert.
Now let's go. Blue 90.
Check Mike 33. Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
Second down, Young. They'll roll him out right. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. He has had a great game defensively. He's been east-west, north-south, everywhere.
Yeah, and I love how you describe that, because to be a great defender, you have to be able to move up and back, sideline to sideline, and he's been fantastic. Reminds me of a young Charles Davis when he was playing Madden.
Absolutely. Oh, wow, I thought you were going on the field, but okay, I see you. And now the third down throw incomplete as well. Figuring they're going for it on fourth down. Remember, though, they do have all 3 timeouts, so even if they don't get it, all is not lost.
Yeah, normally in this situation, when you're talking about having to go for it, everything is in this play. But as you noted, with those 3 timeouts, they actually have a little bit of a safety net.
Motion, motion, motion.
Back to throw. Got a man. It's complete. Williams. But he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down.
Check Mike 27. Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you.
They'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right. And his throw here's incomplete. He was looking for Tyreek Hill that time. And it's second down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. Back to throw. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The man who won a Super Bowl MVP award on this very field, Von Miller, in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is taken in at the 5. A gain of 39 that time. First down now, but that clock rolling. Well, I guess at the very least, they got the tackle from keeping him out of the end zone.
Yeah, you're looking for that silver lining, aren't you? But guess what? Everything changes now after that big play. They've got a chance to strike.
They'll give it to him up the middle. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I'm a little surprised right here. They've got 3 timeouts left. The clock's running down.
And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, they needed the touchdown and the 2-point conversion, but they're not going to get a shot at either. This is a great play here defensively, Brandon, and at a time that they sorely needed one. And that could be enough to help get them out of here with a victory.
On the ground, this is Williams. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Trailing in the 4th, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense, 1st and 10. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
Let's go, fellas. We got 4 down. Let's go.